having a look at Mina. We'll be going through a price analysis and price prediction. And it's actually going to be quite interesting because Mina has been doing well as of recently. Now, the first thing that we got to do is understand where Mina is right now. To be honest, it's $2.41. But where was Mina recently? Like in recent memories, 15th of March, Mina was $1.55. Now, the interesting thing is that obviously that's almost, dare I say, almost 1 month ago. So in the space of 1 month, it's obviously gone from $1.59 to where it is right now, $2.41. It's quite impressive. But where it was recently is what we need to pay attention to. This part of Mina's history. Mina actually went as high as $3.54. And this was around the 7th, the 5th, and the 9th of April this month. That's how incredibly well it did. So what we're going to try to do is identify some patterns that we're noticing within the Mina protocol. Now you see my lines that are in yellow are the clear indication of reoccurring patterns that I've noticed. My lines that are in red are also indication of reoccurring patterns, but those are patterns that indicate a dip in the market for Mina. And one of those patterns are occurring right now as we speak. This is another dip. It's a correction. But why have a correction right now since the price has been doing relatively well for a while? Let's also have some green lines to indicate times when the price exceeded expectations, but it stayed there within good reason. This is around the 19th of March and around the 20th of March. Price actually went to as high as $2.29. We saw a little bit of a correction, but it didn't stay for long. The price rose up once again, only in a matter of a few days, to as high as $2.80. And once again, it stayed there. It did well. It sustained itself. And from the 4th of April, the price had another leap and it went up to around $3.50. So those are patterns. Those are 3 patterns that have occurred. But each time they occur, they last different stages. The second pattern started just around the 23rd of March and it actually ended around the 4th of April. That's a long time. That is a long time. The pattern before that, it only lasted for a couple of days. And the pattern after that, once again, only lasted for a couple of days. And now we see a price fall. Now we see a huge correction. So once again, my question is, why right now? And is this a good indication for the future? Is this a good indication that Mina could potentially get to $10 in the next possibly 4, 5, 6 months? Could it get to $15 in the next 5 to 6 months? Is this a brilliant indication? It's not a good indication, but it's also not a bad indication, and I'll explain why. Where the price is right now, one would almost say it's undervalued. But why? Because if you take into account where it was a month ago, which is around $1.50, when it was doing the best is actually when it was above the current price. It was actually above the current price. Keep that in mind because the current price is important. This tells us that it's undervalued. If it sustained this much growth for this long, the trajectory clearly shows that it was growing for the last month, but it was growing strategically. It wasn't necessarily gradually, it was quite strategically, which is a good thing. That's why I said it's not a good sign, but it's also not a bad sign of what's to come in the future. If anything, it's more of a good sign of what to come in the future because it's undervalued. There will be a lot of people buying at this low price, which means that once again, we will see another rally for this price. However, on the other hand, within the last month, this fall in price, this dramatic fall in price has not occurred that often. And when it did, it wasn't as dramatic as this. It was barely noticeable. It was quite normal in the market, especially when you're looking at candlesticks. So this is an indication that things could not bode well for the future of Mina. But it's also an indication that it's just undervalued. If the right institutional investors pick this up on their radar, they'll be quite happy to notice that there is a gleaming opportunity for this crypto if it's so undervalued. because based on where it was 1 month ago, at one of the most low points in its history, it's basically $1 more valuable. And if that doesn't tell you it's undervalued, I don't know what will. But I've got good confidence in Mina to expect that $5 is definitely on the horizon within the future. $10 is almost a guarantee only if the market has an absolute massive bull run that we've seen many times before. Now, aside from that, what exactly is Mina? Let me just explain this just in case not everyone knows what Mina is. So if this is your first time, here's a quick explanation. So Mina aims to be a light blockchain that maintains a constant size of 22 kilobytes, regardless of how many transactions are committed to the network. This size allows anyone to operate a node and help secure its network without needing sophisticated computer hardware. By keeping the entire blockchain smaller than most pictures on your phone, Mina plans to overcome blockchain size issues that have plagued other projects as they grow. Mina protocol native cryptocurrency, also known as Mina, is used to facilitate network transactions and to distribute fees between users. Now, for an example, the Ethereum blockchain was just over 5 gigabytes in April 2016, but it's expanded to over 220 gigabytes as of April 2021. We're now in April 2022, which means that Ethereum most definitely exceeds 220 gigabytes by a long way. And this is the problem, because this creates a lot of congestions. This is actually not good for long-term solution, which Mina hopes to solve by having a minimal blockchain with a minimal weight, a minimum light blockchain that doesn't take up a lot of space. So that's Mina in a nutshell. It's a quick summary. Now, in other recent news, Mina's recent developments, future plans, price updates, and community. So the lightweight blockchain project, Mina Protocol, it celebrates a record 120 blocks and 200 staking pools on its first anniversary. That's days after reaching a record high of 100,000 active accounts. Mina was listed on the leading crypto exchange Coinbase. So that was something I covered in my previous Mina Protocol video, that they were listed on Coinbase. It's a huge deal. Why did it take so long? I don't understand. Additionally, developers of Mina protocols are working on Ethereum bridge to allow Ethereum developers to access the Mina protocol, which will open a gateway of applications to be built upon Mina, a blockchain that is only 22 gigabytes, a blockchain that is only 22 kilobytes in size. That's smaller than most tweets, just to give you an example. So in the last 3 weeks, Mina protocol has jumped over 100%. And has set a new high of $3.50. But like I showed you previously, we actually have a lot more potential to gain in Mina in the next few months, a lot more than $3.50. So Mina takes a unique approach, creating a minimal, succinct blockchain to curtail computational requirements to run dApps more efficiently. So as more developers can bridge away from Ethereum and work on the Mina blockchain, they can build applications for the Mina blockchain. I wonder if there could be an Ethereum virtual machine integration, which means that the applications that are currently available on Ethereum could be simply migrated to the Mina blockchain. That'd be really interesting. So developers of the project say that Mina protocol will have a size of 22 kilobytes, while other contemporary blockchains have an average size of over 300 gigabytes. Mina describes itself as the world's lightest blockchain in size. It's designed to remain despite in usage. So no matter how much the usage of the platform grows, it's supposed to stay at a roughly small size of 22 kilobytes. Mina secured $92 million in funded through strategic and private sales. The funding round was led by FTX Ventures and 3 Hour Capital. I also covered this news in one of my previous videos, quite recently actually. So as for future plans, the Mina Foundation has outlined some major events that will see the project reach new heights. Developers are currently working on Bridge to Ethereum, which I've explained to you. It's gonna help the Mina price to absolutely explode if Ethereum developers can also build on Mina protocol, but in a much more simple way. Now here's where it gets interesting. You remember earlier I was talking about the Ethereum virtual machine? Well, this bridge could help allow this, which actually excites me because this is exactly what I was predicting. So the bridge will allow Ethereum developers to access the Mina state via the Ethereum virtual machine. zkApps testing, which involve a series of phase tests, stability of the zkApps on the network is currently ongoing. Mina developers have scheduled a testnet, Berkeley, to launch in Q2. Now, after the Berkeley testnet, there will be a Mina improvement proposal to decide on a hard fork for zkApps to enable easy zkApps programmable on the mainnet. So this is fantastic. How incredible is this? This is great news. Developers are working on a bridge for Ethereum to Mina. Fantastic. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more. Leave a like and leave a comment. And of course, let's have a discussion, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching until the end.